Hey RATBAGGERS, it's Jade today with the ultimate food and meal guide for Aloft. I'm going to show you guys every recipe combination so you can get some more advanced meals quicker, top tips about cooking and where to find all of the crops. And at the very end I'm also going to show you how you can actually spawn in and use cheats if you want to just mess around and get more veggies or some of the creatures that you might be missing. I've seen a ton of guides around on websites and on the wiki, and some of that information is wrong, but today, as of recording, in early access, this is everything that you should need to know about food and cooking. Let's go. Made pretty obvious, but meals are better than eating just raw veg and fruit. So you're going to need a campfire, and you should now unlock the cooking plate alongside the campfire. Previously it used to be an unlock that you'd have to find a separate one. With a small campfire you can cook up to 3 different meals at any one time. But later you'll be able to get the large campfire, which will give you up to 8 cooking slots. And you can get 1 cooking slot on a fireplace. So hopefully by now a lot of you guys might have already been cooking some meals, and I'm going to give you every single recipe in a second. But there is also another top tip. Make sure you feed the fire before you start cooking, especially if you're cooking a lot of meals. It doesn't make it quicker though on its own. You still have to do the mini game, but you will notice it actually speeds up the process a little bit. And yeah, you never want to hit that red mark at the top of the flame too much, because I think after the 3rd or 4th time it will result in a burnt meal. Otherwise, if you let things cook manually, then you don't have to worry, it won't burn even if it's in there a long time. This large fireplace with the 8 slots though, you might not find until you've gone until the next grid, the inner ring, or maybe even the 3rd ring, the very final one. And you should get it by finding more of the knowledge stones once you get to the Fallen Heights or the Red Cliff Zone. At least for me anyway, right now I swear I've gone through all of the unlocks in the outer ring, the Emerald Isles, and it's pretty much only given me more decoration pieces rather than something more useful. You can go ahead and make any of the advanced meals as long as you've got the resources. You don't have to have found the recipes. I'm pretty sure you find recipes for the meals though inside certain chests or maybe on their own, but that's how you find them, not the knowledge stones. And then when you do pick one up, make sure you click to learn it. I think you have to actually use it when it's in your menu. So yeah, as long as you know the meal, you can actually make it, and then it will stay stored inside your recipe list. Until then though, it won't appear, so you have to do it manually. There's different groups of food, and once you realise this, it will help you create different types of meals. At the moment there's kind of 2 levels. You've got basic meals and then you've got gourmet meals. Gourmet meals require exact ingredients. The basic meals can be a mixture of stuff from either dried, seasoned, or vegetables or fruit. Not forgetting liquids too. Any veggie is carrot, corn, potato, pumpkins, tomatoes, reishi mushrooms and peas. Fruits are blueberries and watermelon at the moment. Dry ingredients are bone meal, flaxseed, flour, leaves, wheat, great chestnut seed and coffee. Seasoning is sugar, garlic, honey or salt. Some of them you won't find until much later in the game. And the honey especially, you want to be saving them for more bandages. And if something does say liquid, you can actually use milk instead of clean water if you really wanted to. As said, when you've made a meal, it will appear in your recipe list. And when you go and hover on a meal that's already made, it will give you a reminder of some of the ingredients, basically telling you whether it's a gourmet meal that needs specific ones or a regular meal that might just need any one of the groups that I just mentioned. I'll cover it again later, but the pure quickest example is fried eggs. As long as you've got an egg, you can mix it with any 2 other foods. It doesn't matter if it's dry or whether it's seasoning, and it will give you fried eggs. To make a healthy smoothie, you just need any kind of fruit, any kind of liquid, and any kind of veggie. But to make berry loaf, you do need berries, you do need flour, and you do need eggs. A lot of the meals are going to give you bonus buffs. Right now, they can either increase your attack speed, give you more combos, or increase the actual attack damage, or even give you more gather rate. They are really small bonuses, so don't really worry too much about getting some of them. Focus more, I would say, on how much extra health it's giving you. A little testing I did, the gather rate just increased it by about 10, maybe 15% more. And likewise, the extra damage isn't that much of a huge difference either. Game is early access, things may change, so bear that in mind, and any big changes I'll put in the comments and pinned. So let's rattle off all the recipes and then we'll take it from there where to get some of the foods. It's not wasting your time covering the basics, that'll be towards the end. Let's cover the best foods first, going down. Starting off with a yogurt bowl. 48 bonus health, lasts for 10 minutes, attack damage increased, gather more resources. Pasta dumpling balls gnocchi, currently is 44, lasting for 18 minutes. Also gives you some better, shorter combos, and you'll be able to gather more resources eating it. So currently right now, description and a lot of wikis state you can make it from eggs, potatoes and flour, but instead that's going to give you fried eggs. What you really need is eggs, potatoes and peas. So it is an end game one, you won't find the peas for a while. I'm sure it'll be updated in the future. Then we've got pumpkin loaf, 44 health, 18 minutes, attack damage increase, short combos, pumpkins, flour and eggs. And then we've got carrot loaf, 44 health, 14 minutes instead of 18, attack damage increase, short combos, carrots, flour and eggs. After that we've got stew, 42 health, 18 minutes, shorter combos, gather more resources and increase attack speed. And then we've got summer salad, 38 health, 14 minutes, attack damage increase, gather more resources, tomatoes, corn and garlic. Pumpkin pie, 36 health, 14 minutes, increase attack damage, pumpkins, flour and sugar. Sweet roll, health 35, 11 minutes, increase attack damage, made from milk, sugar and flour. Corn loaf is the one that I've seen on a bunch of guides because they lifted it directly from the wiki and didn't check. It's actually had a nerf. It used to be 44 health, now it's only 34 for 14 minutes, attack damage increase, shorter combos. You'll need corn, flour and eggs. Berry loaf, 34 health, 14 minutes, attack damage increase, short combos. It's another one that's had a slight nerf from maybe the demo. 34 health now instead of 38. You'll need berries, flour and eggs. Tomato soup, 32 health but 24 minutes. It's one of the longest lasting foods you can actually get. So for that reason, I would pretty much rate it higher than a lot of these others. You'd also gather more resources, increase your attack speed. You get tomatoes, water and salt to make this. Flatbread, 32 health, 14 minutes, shorter combos, flour, water and flax seeds. You mix 2 corn on the cob and some salt, you get a bonus health of 30 and it lasts for 14 minutes and increases your attack damage too. Blueberry pie, 28 health, 40 minutes, increase attack damage, berries, flour and sugar. Aaron's glazes, bonus health 28, 18 minutes, attack damage increase, and that's from chestnuts, water and sugar. Fried eggs, eggs and pretty much any accompanying ingredients. The cheapest one is obviously going to be leaves. But as said, there is a mistake with the notchy at the moment that if you use eggs, flour and potatoes, you'll end up with eggs as well. So it does look like you can use almost any other ingredients. Test that out. Let's add some eggs, tomatoes and a potato. And there you go, you got your fried eggs. Of course you would never do that since everyone can get hold of the leaves really super quick. So much better to go ahead and use them with an egg instead. Fruit salad, 24 health, 8 minutes, no bonuses, and that can be any combination of fruits. You can use all the same fruits, so if you want to use 3 berries, there you go. Oatmeal, 24 health, 11 minutes, shorter combos. Kind of feel like this should be one that lasts a long time. Traditionally, oats, porridge, etc. fills you up for longer. But anyway, it's blueberries, wheat and salt to make this one. A fresh bowl, bonus health 24, 10 minutes. It can be any fruit, any veg and any seasoning or dry ingredients. So when we're talking about dry ingredients, that can be pretty much a whole host of things. Let's chuck a carrot in, a berry. Chestnut seeds can be used, as can flax seeds. Even coffee, leaves or flour. Even bone meal, although I would never really utilise bones like that until you've got enough to make all of the bone tools. Or you could go ahead and mix vegetables and fruit as well as a seasoning. Seasoning is garlic, sugar, salt or honey. So let's try the honey, because there's not too many recipes other than the one at the very beginning that actually use it. There you go, fresh bowl. Let's see how the one with coffee's doing. Fresh bowl. Then we've got grilled fruits, 24 health, 8 minutes, made from fruits and either seasoning or dry ingredients. So again, that could be potentially just simply a berry, some leaves and some salt. Then we've got healthy smoothies. These give you bonus health 22, 10 minutes, increase attack speed, mixture of any veggies, any fruits and liquid. Savoury smoothie is a bit different. Even though it's savoury, it's still technically made from fruits and liquid. Gives 22 health but only lasts 8 minutes. It will still give you increased attack speed though. I honestly think that should probably be changed, and that might be in the future. But basically 2 fruits and a liquid, instead of a fruit, a veg liquid. Mixed veg is another one that's had a nerf. It used to be 28, now it's 20, 10 minutes, made from any multiple veggies. And again, it can be the same vegetables or mixed ones, tomato, carrot, and maybe some of the peas, or just 3 carrots. Veggie skewer, bonus health 20, 10 minutes, and again, any veggie, any seasoning, any dry ingredients. So that could be a potato, it could be a leaf, and it could be salt. Or if you want to be fancy and you've got loads of garlic, why not? Soup will give you 20 health, 10 minutes, increase attack speed, and it can be made from any veggies and liquid. If you use too much water in a soup though, so add 1 carrot and 2 water, it makes underwhelming soup. That only gives you a bonus health of 10 and only lasts 6 minutes, but it does still increase your attack speed. So yeah, try and use 2 veggies. Over seasoned meal, 16 health, 6 minutes. Obviously when they go wrong like this, if they're over or bland, you're basically not going to get as long and it won't be as high. So for this you just need 2 seasonings and 1 dry food. So it could be salt and garlic or 2 salts. Remember, honey counts as a seasoning, so it could be salt and honey, and just 1 grass. And you've got broth, bonus health 14, 8 minutes, increase attack speed. It's meant to be from just liquid and seasoning. You should be able to go ahead and use grass, seasoning and liquid. I do keep saying grass, but I'm obviously meaning small plants. Salt and then liquid. Then we've got stale meal. If you make any kind of mistake with some of it, use too much grass or use something else, this will give you only bonus health for 12 and it only lasts for 6 minutes. And it says here from too many dry ingredients. So if you put 3 small plants in here, this is what you're going to get. Then we've got bland soup. This will give you bonus health for 10 for 6 minutes. Still gives you increased attack speed. It's pretty much made out of water and maybe 2 grasses. Then you've got underwhelming soup. Exactly the same as bland soup. And this has just got too many liquids. So basically 2 waters and then anything else. And then a burnt meal. If you accidentally cook your meals to a crisp, then this is what you're going to get. Bonus health of 10 only lasts for 2 minutes. You have got other liquids as well, like clean water, which increases your attack speed, and 2 coffee beans and water. It's actually pretty good as it gives you more momentum. Also doesn't actually count as a food, so you can have a nice real combo there. It should help with flying around and landing, not to mention maybe a little bit of skidding. And of course digestive tea, any leaves, any water, and that will clear any of the foods that you've eaten. And I know in the demo, or maybe some other people have found things like apples, but they're currently still not listed in the game. I would expect them to be added later on, maybe in another update, as there was one time listed maybe like apple loaf and stuff. And you would expect maybe apple pie would be something simple to get hold of. So where to find all these foods? Well, you can sometimes find advanced seeds in certain chests, giving you a little bit of a quick early boost. So never waste them, make sure you grow more crops with them. Starting off with the Emerald Isles, you should find blueberries, coffee and corn, as well as maybe some sugar beets. The reishi mushrooms, of course, around trees. Chestnut seeds are all around the Emerald Isles as well. Should find wheat in the Emerald Isles as well, but a little bit confusing that tomatoes were originally found in the Emerald Isles, but after a recent patch, I think they're only found now in Fallen Heights. You can also find reishi mushrooms in Fallen Heights as well as sugar beets too. Of course, Fallen Heights is the second in a ring that you head towards, and you might find flax there as well. And then things like potatoes, carrots, they might only be found more in the Red Cliffs biome, alongside pumpkins. Peas are also something I've not come across yet, so I can only presume they are in one of the last biomes. Equally, you can only get milk from female goats, and that might only be in the Fallen Heights, but actually I think it's the Red Cliff zone. And eggs you get from pheasants, but you might need to have a male and a female present to obviously go and start collecting them, and they I think are only found in the Fallen Heights biome too. Also, you should know by now, using the door kip on any area marked with stones or wood in a cross or a small circle can reveal big massive chests, and they're usually filled with seeds and foods, so even better than some of the other stuff that you might come across. That's how I was able to find some more advanced crops a bit earlier. Salt, of course, is found in caves all throughout the different islands. To make the bone meal, you'll only find that in the Red Cliff zone as well. I have got a detailed farming guide incoming. I don't want to make this video too much longer than it already is. So the brief highlight notes, obviously you grow your crops, you need to water them at different stages. There's basically usually 2 stages that you have to keep watering them. When the ground's cracked, that's when you know you need to water them again. You can let the rain do the job, but otherwise a leaf bucket do that. And there's basically percentages. So the first time you plant something, then go ahead and water it. It will then take or grow up to 50%. You then need to water it again and it should grow up to 100% and then you can harvest it. Most plants are going to take a full day and night to go ahead and grow to full crop. Some crops you can only grow in bigger, larger crop plots. Others you can make or put into some of the small little pot holders. But it'll be fairly obvious when you go ahead to plant whatever seeds you've got. You might need soil or manure for certain things, so make sure you go ahead and get your worm box and put it down to your compost plot, as that will help things as well. As long as you're using crop plots, you can grow any kind of seed on any kind of island. It's only wild seeds and tree seeds and stuff that have to be in exactly the right type of island and biome. And try not to have too many crop plots close together with different types of stuff, as you don't necessarily want to chop away your blueberry bush, as that can actually regrow. I've done it a bunch of times, accidentally hacked away at my berry bush using my sickle. So yeah, try and separate some of these plants so that you know you're not going to have to worry about getting rid of them by accident. Although I am going to leave you a couple of cheat commands if you really want to use them. Press F1 and then type give, and it should automatically pop up with the rest of whatever else you can give yourself. Put a V in there and it'll come up with veggies. Obviously I've put 10 in there just as an example, but you can give yourself as many veggies as you want, 1, 50, 100, whatever. That should give you most of the crops you need. Give meals basic, that should give you some of the start meals, and give meals perfect, that should give you some of the more advanced ones, but not all of them. If you want to get to that stage of growing your crops a bit quicker, then use the command crop grow, leave a space, and then the number 10 or 100, and it will increase the speed to get to the stage that you need to water it. It doesn't just automatically make your crops grow, you still need to go ahead and water them. And I've also left in some obvious ones like spawn in and then leave a space, the name of the creature. It should give you one. Can't remember if you need an actual amount or if you can spawn more than one. So try to spawn goat or spawn goat, leave a space 1. And if you want all of the creatures to be able to spawn in one go, just type spawn, leave a space animals, and it'll give you a nice selection of pheasants, goats, alpacas and more. And hopefully that is everything. If there's something I've forgotten, let me know in the comment section. If there's a meal that isn't listed, again, let me know and I'll add it to a pinned comment. But otherwise, that'll be it unless anything changes. The food system in Aloft definitely needs some work. It feels like too many of the bonuses and buffs are just the same and doesn't really make you want to craft any of the more advanced foods if the difference is only a few health points. And I'm kind of hoping there's a way to even speed up the process of cooking even more, like an industrial cooker. Maybe that'll get something added in future. But there you go, ultimate guide to meals and food. Let me know if it's helped you. Make sure you subscribe for more Aloft guides and I'll see you rat bags later.